Share something small every day. Send out a daily dispatch. Put yourself and your work out there every day. You'll start meeting some amazing people. Bobby Solomon. Overnight success is a myth. Dig into almost every overnight success story, and you'll find about a decade's worth of hard work and perseverance. Building a substantial body of work takes a long time, a lifetime really. But thankfully, you don't need that time all in one big chunk. So forget about decades, forget about years, forget about months. Focus on days. The day is the day only unit of time that I can really get my head around. Seasons change, weeks are coming human made. The you know uh, Seasons change, weeks are completely human made, but the day has a rhythm. Sun goes up, so the sun goes down. I can handle that. Once a day, after you have done your day's work, go back to your documentation and find one little piece of your process that you can share. Where you are in your process will determine what the piece is. If you are in the very early stages, share your influences and what's inspiring you. If you are in the middle of executing a project, write about your methods or share works in progress. If you have just completed a project, show the final product. Share the scraps from the cutting room floor or write about what you learned. If you have lots of projects out into the world, you can report on how they're doing. You can tell stories about how people are interacting with your work. A daily dispatch is even better than a resume or a portfolio because it shows what we are working on right now. When the artist Z Frank was interviewing job candidates, he complained, "When I asked them to show me work, they show me things from school or from another job, but I'm more interested in what they did last weekend." A good daily dispatch is like getting all the DVD extras from before a movie comes out. You get to watch deleted scenes, listen to director's commentary while the movie is being made. The form of what you share doesn't matter. Your daily dispatch can be anything you want: a blog post, an email, a tweet, a YouTube video, or some other little bit of media. There's no one size fits all plan for everybody. Social media sites are the perfect place to share daily updates. Don't worry about being on every platform. Pick and choose based on what you do and people you're trying to reach. Filmmakers hang out on YouTube or Vimeo. Business people, for some strange reason, love LinkedIn. Writers love Twitter. Visual artists tend to link Tumblr, Instagram, or Facebook. The landscape is constantly changing, and new platforms are always popping up and disappearing. Don't be afraid to be an early adopter. Jump on a new platform and see if there's something interesting you can do with it. If you can't find a good use for a platform, feel free to abandon it. Use your creativity. Film critic Tommy Edison, who's been blind since birth, takes photos of his day-to-day life and posts them to Instagram under Blind Film Critic. He is followed by more than 30,000 people. Sturgeon's Law. A lot of social media is just people about typing into boxes. What you type into the box often depends on the prompt. Facebook asks you to indulge yourself with questions like, "How are you feeling? What's on your mind?" Twitter's is hardly better. "What's happening?" I like the tagline at dribble.com. "What are you working on?" Stick to that question and you'll be good. Don't show your lunch or your latte, or show your work. Don't worry about everything you post being perfect. Science fiction writer Theodore Sturgeon once said that 90% of everything is crap. The same is true of our own work. The trouble is we don't always know what's good and what sucks. That's why it's important to get things in front of others and see how they react. Sometimes you don't always know what you got, says artist Wayne White. It really does need a little social chemistry to make it show itself to you sometimes. Don't say you don't have enough time. We are all busy. We all get 24 hours a day. People often ask me, how do you find the time for all of this? And I answer, I look for it. You find time the same place you find spare change, in the nooks and crannies. You find it in the cracks between the big stuff. Your commute, your lunch break, the few hours after your kids go to bed. You might have to miss an episode of your favorite TV show. You might have to miss an hour of sleep, but you can find the time if you look for it. I like to work while the world is sleeping and share while the work is at work. Of course, don't let sharing your work take precedence over actually doing your work. If you're having a hard time balancing the two, just set a timer for 30 minutes. Once the timer goes off, kick yourself off the internet and get back to work. One day at a time. It sounds so simple. It actually is simple, but isn't easy. It requires incredible support and fastidious structuring.